to the hold that he made famous. Famous headlock. Let's see what's going to happen now. Another deft turn of the hand, and Shikat hits the deck once more, trying to find the place he made famous. Famous headlock. Let's see what's going to happen now. Another deft turn of the hand, and Shikat hits the deck once more, trying to find a place to rest his own weary arms in order to prevent his man from carrying out his threat. Lewis is still operating the headlock hold. Shikat looking first time to break it if he possibly can. Referee also manipulating, walking around. Shikat is down once more. And how Lewis applies that hold. Boy, is that a punishing one. And we don't mean maybe. That's the way they get cauliflower ears. You don't have to have on a pair of boxing gloves either to get them. You rise, same position. Lewis was kind of looking at his man. Shikat suddenly turns around. And here he's going for the spread eagle. One leg down and the other's hands around his other leg. And notice the expression of pain on Lewis's face. Boy, he crawls under the ropes. Self-preservation is the first law of human nature. Here they are in a neutral corner. Shikat applies the crotch hold and body slam, and Lewis hits the deck on his back, gets up. Once more they manipulate close. Here's Shikat trying to get away from the Lewis toe hold, and Lewis is making the most of it by using a sort of a leg hammerlock, patterned after the arm hammerlock hold, applying all the pressure he can on the toe hold of the German boy. Shikat trying to get in a sitting position, finally rolls over, but he gives the Strangler a better opportunity to manipulate on his legs or toes. And boy, they do that even though they wear shoes. Strangler just seems to be taking his time. He's sitting down rather nicely. Shikat, it's up to him now to do something to get out of the way. He's trying to get up. Watch the way he crawls out of that. He did, and he worked right into a headlock hold on Lewis. Now, the Strangler broke it. Here they are, the continued grind, the terrific struggle between these two past masters, still seeking glory in a field over which they reigned for years. Right at this particular moment, Lewis has the headlock hold on Shikat, but the German boy broke it. Again, they come on with a rush. Shikat is playing the fiddle tune on Lewis with one eye on the referee. They're gonna, have been kind of riding the boys a little bit, complaining about the rough stuff in which they indulge. Well, it's half a dozen of one and the other. Here's the headlock hold. Now the Strangler is down. Shikat is certainly doing the most to upset the grizzled veteran. Lewis, up to this time, has absorbed plenty of punishment, but the young boy has plenty of fight left in him. He's emulating Fritz Clay, the contortionist at this particular moment, and finally broke the hold. Here they are juggling around. Suddenly, Shikat had the Strangler down again. How nice he rests that leg on his opponent's arm, and with the other hand, uses it for a wrist lock hold. Now he's got a head scissors, and the Strangler is complaining to the referee about the hold, saying that it's kind of strangling him. Well, that's funny, the Strangler being strangled by a head scissors. Part of the game. Shikat hangs on to that hold, same time using an arm lock combination. And also, with his other hand, tries to spread his opponent's legs apart until Lewis broke it. There's another headlock. Down goes Lewis once more. Shikat is certainly forcing the play. Now Lewis has got Shikat on the spot, backing his opponent into the rope. Back flip, and the German boys hit the deck on all fours. The referee is taking quite an active part in the proceedings. Watches every move made as he maneuvers around. Part of the show, all right. There they are, sort of reclining, aren't they? Oh, but they're still working very hard, even though they seem to be hog-tying each other. Lewis still has that headlock hold on Shikat. Kind of reluctant about letting it go. Oh, he takes a lot of thrills now, but here's Shikat rolling his man over. One hand, once more, rubbing his opponent's chin. Now he's pounding away at the toe with the toe hold. Lewis's left leg is going left to right, trying to get away from the German. Shikat certainly full of pep, operating on his opponent. Referee's over to one side, so here's a good chance for Dick to get in some good work at close range. Until Lewis got a headlock hold, tosses his man backward. Look at the old boy go to it. There they are outside of the ropes, and in they go. Once more down on the mat, Shikat on top of his opponent. Here he's got one hand under his opponent's leg. He's using it in sort of a derrick-like fashion. And here's what we call the cradle hold. The same hold, you know, the mothers use in rocking the baby, only in this instance there's a lot of pain attached to it. And it's not as comfortable as a young one in a crib being lulled and rocked to sleep by a mother. Rudy Dusek made this hold famous, and Dick Shikat seems to have it down to a finesse. Look at the way Lewis's mouth opens wide in pain, and boy, you should have heard him as he howled and screamed. Now Shikat's operating on the toes. He's got them both feet pressed over each other, and look at the pressure he's applying to the toe as he's got them overlapping each other. Lewis is trying to crawl under the ropes. Referee Gumbo Smith is making up his mind. He won't do it if he has anything to say about it until Lewis pushes Dick halfway out of the hempen. Here they are. Referee's giving them the signal to break and let go. Shikat, as usual, giving Gumbo Smith an argument, standing over Lewis, rushing his opponent again, looking at the referee. There goes Lewis down from a cloud on the chin. It's little of the Marquis of Queensberry rules being injected into the picture, and here's Shikat doing his best to trying to force the Strangler not only out of the rope, but in among press rows. Come together. Shikat once more forces his opponent down. There's the Japanese arm lock, the same hole that was so disastrous to Lewis shortly after the battle got underway. Shikat is resting over just one deft movement of the leg as he gets all set, and Lewis must go around, squirm around a little bit, and back again. They certainly make the most of out of that Japanese arm lock. And the referee seems not to be only doing his daily dozen. There's Lewis rubbing his hand, which is turned white, pale as a sheet of white paper. And once more he's forced back by Shikat, just a deft movement of the leg, and Lewis must go the other way around, both shoulders hitting the mat. See, for a second he turns around towards Dick. Let's see what's going to happen now. Shikat still hanging on. Oh, he broke it all right. Lewis managed to break it. Now Lewis is going to have a little fun with the German boy's toe. The harder the battle becomes as the longer it rages. A battle between two supermen of the mat game. Never an idle moment. Hard, scientific wrestling. Look at the way they grapple around each other. Shikat swarming all over Lewis. Lewis trying to smother his man by putting his right hand over his opponent's mouth and chin. Here's Lewis kicking away with his feet, left and right, left and right. Some people take the deli dozen at 6 to 7 in the morning, but not the wrestlers. They generally do it towards the late hours of evening. Shikat is still all over his man, giving Lewis very little rest. But the battler has plenty of milling left in him. They are stand-up position, and once more, Shikat. Here's